Hello there, welcome back to EVE NTTV here at Nottingham. Once again, I'm joined by my co-host Drechlas and Niden, and we've got a guest from CCP. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you do for CCP?
Yeah, I'm CCP Claymore. I am the Quality Assurance Analyst on Team Psycho Sisters. You might know us from the camera work we've done, the directional scanner, probe scanner, and the new map, still in beta, and they're currently doing some changes to the character sheet.
Character sheet. And I guess where we wanted to go?
Well, I had an initial question. I've heard that the name Claymore is very apt due to some football match that Drechlas mentioned.
Oh, yeah. I've run into this guy a couple of times on a football field, and I can tell you Claymore is very aptly named. He's a fucking tank on a football field.
Take your head off with it.
Nah, he actually makes sure you'll be airborne when you come in contact with him.
We have had 2 CCP football matches, and I'm not proud of it. I have injured 2 players.
Well, speaking of tanks and injuries, how's EVE been so far for you?
EVE's been amazing. This is actually like my first, other than before I joined CCP, this is actually my first player gathering to come to,
really?
other than FanFest.
Other than FanFest.
It's been amazing. We gave a presentation just like an hour ago. Great attendance, questions were amazing. The PvP tournament I was just watching there up on the big screen, everyone's whooping and cheering. So yeah, it's been amazing. Looking forward to the rest of the day, and like the raffle you guys have organised, it's just incredible.
Do you play EVE yourself?
I do. I don't play as much as I did before I joined, but yeah, I can't tell you where I am, but I play a lot during the week. I do.
Can you just tell us what general type of EVE gameplay you enjoy?
Wormholes.
Wormholes,
mainly.
We're a different breed, you and I.
Goliath is a wormhole dude as well. Yeah, I see a team coming up here.
Is that a thing at the office, I wonder?
Maybe. You might find out one day.
I'm sure you're going to get some questions from wormholers going like, how come this hasn't been fixed and that? I don't know which things, because I don't know shit about wormholes.
So if we switch gears a little bit, everybody's of course talking about November and the alphas coming into the game. This whole new breed of players coming in. How do you think your job will change when these new players come in? Obviously they'll have maybe different concerns and be communicating with CCP in a different way. What do you expect, and what kind of strategy do you have planned in preparation for that?
I mean, ideally for me, my job isn't going to change a huge amount. I mean, hopefully we get a bunch of new players coming in, which should hopefully spike the bug report numbers, which is never a terrible thing, but as long as we can stay on top of that, there might be some extra work there. Like on release day for that, you'll normally see in the help and rookie help channels a bunch of CCP guys in there, so that might get a bit crazy for the first month or so, but as long as we can help those players or guide them to other players that help. I remember when we did I can't remember what it was, but the CSM were amazing with like all the new players coming in. They really helped them, so hopefully we can get that kind of drive as well.
Do you do a lot of work with the CSM? How do you feel that they've contributed?
I mean, they've been amazing. Like we just had the summit last week, 2 weeks ago, and like I have only sat in a few sessions since I've joined CCP. Not all have been as productive as others. It just depends on the topic and who's there. But this one, having everyone there, we were talking about the character sheet. We showed them it. We actually let them have a go. They were the first external people to have a shot of the new character sheet and see like the changes we're doing in the UI for the Alpha Omega. And it's amazing. Like it's people who, for all we play the game, these are the guys that like when it comes to like jump clones and everything, they're like, have you thought of this? Have you thought of this? Have you thought of this? No, we haven't. I know that's just 14 of them. So when we finally roll this out to a test server or something, and we've got hundreds of people looking at it, like it's going to be amazing.
Well, that's something you've been working on quite a lot recently, is the character sheet stuff as well.
Yeah.
And a complete redesign almost of that.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So I mean, with like the Alpha Omegas coming in, there's changes to what skills each group can have, and we kind of looked at the character sheet as it is in this huge big accordion list, and we're like, it's not nice. It's not nice to look at. It's not nice to work with, unless you know exactly what you're doing.
It's actually a bitch to find your skills back that you're looking for to queue up, especially if you have a longer list. You can have up to 50. Is that still a thing afterwards, or will it be increased?
So we're not drastically increasing the number of skills. We're not, but at the moment, as you say, you just get this huge big long list. You have to search through it, and unless you're like an experienced player that knows what skill comes under what group, you could be there for like days just trying to find your skill.
Yeah.
So we've changed it slightly now so that you're going to have like all the skills groups just along the top in vertical bars with the text. So it's basically 3 sections. You're going to have the skills within the groups below that, and then the training queue. We've included a search function. So now if you know that the skill is an Amar skill called Amar, like drone specialization or like, tactical destroyer or something, you just type in Amar, it filters the groups. You can see each group there's like a number above how many skills in each group are have Amar in the term. They're all shown and done. Like,
is there something done about? I don't know if you have this question already. Like every character skills his attributes towards whatever he wants to do in the skill queue. Well, not every, but I know I do. Is there a possibility to like have a kind of filter on that, or an indication of which skills are like most perfect for this set of attributes that you have?
So attributes aren't the best. We know that, but we have in the tooltip for each group, when you hover it, we've included what are the 2 attributes.
Okay.
We don't tell you which is primary and secondary because they change, and not every skill in that group has those 2 attributes.
No, I know.
But we are going to show you, charisma, willpower on this group.
Yeah, leadership.
If you could remove attributes today, would you do it?
So we were looking, guys. We're redoing the character sheet, and the only tab we're actually touching is skills. So all the other ones aren't changing. But when we came to the attributes tab, one of the programmers who had never seen it, it's just like, what is this tab?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, exactly. It's super confusing. When you remap, it's like, are you sure you want to do this? It's good. You're going to have to wait another year to do it.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, geez, this is like, I would love to, but then he was like, yeah, but if you remap your skills, your attributes properly, you like half your training time. So it's like they are super powerful, but they're displayed and put across terribly. So either I would love to just tear them out, or I would love us to,
Do something with it.
Do something with the UI. So when a player opens that tab, it becomes immediately obvious that they are a good thing, but don't be scared of, at the moment, the year wait. UK, you get 2 bonus remaps, but you have to wait a year after that to remap them, which is pretty scary and a big investment for players.
On the other hand, I know from personal experience that I used to optimize my attributes and train accordingly, but that just means like you can train sport skills for a whole year, but you have 0 gunnery skills. It's a choice that you have to make, and that's something that actually directly changes your involvement with the game and what you can do within the game and the boundaries of it.
Yep.
So to round off the section, obviously you guys are working very hard at the moment, coming up for the November release.
November, yep.
Has it got a name yet, or have we not got one yet?
Not that I can go into.
That's fine. But so CCP is working very hard on the November release, where a lot of the whole Alpha Omega changes are coming in.
Yep.
Everybody's very, very excited about that. I guess, when do you think if people want to find out some more information about the upcoming changes, where's the best places for them to go to?
So we will have at least my team for the changes we're doing to the UI. We are working on dev logs. They'll be out at some point. Don't have a date yet for when we're going to put this stuff to a test server. Normally it would go, because we still have one more release before November.
Yep.
So normally CC would always host the upcoming release. So we need to find somewhere to live that players can get onto it soon, because this is a bunch of changes. We don't have any dates yet, but I mean the best way is just going to be to watch the forums, the test server feedback area, I think it's called.
Yep.
That's probably where we'll post. Unofficially, I do have Twitter. I'd like to say that when it's up, I'll tend to tweet this server's running it, whatever. But forums are the best place to watch. We do have a dev blog coming out. If we know by the time that comes out, we might put the date in there.
You're going to fix the forums before that?
Wow.
No. The forums are fine.
Okay.
Well, thanks a lot for taking time out to talk to us today. We really, really appreciate it. We're looking forward to a lot of the work that's coming up in November and nearer releases as well. But for that's the end of this section. We're going to go over to a quick commercial break and we will be back after that. Until then, see you then.